Next question, how do you remember what happened as a baby? So we may not remember what happened as a baby because before the age of sort of 3-ish, we call this preverbal. We're not talking yet. We're not making meaning out of the world through our higher brain. But what we are remembering, and this goes to kind of a classic book that was written by Dr. Bessel van der Kolk called The Body Keeps the Score. The body will keep the score of everything that has occurred, even in utero and even preconception, what happened to our mothers and to our ancestors. So if we are born, obviously we are, and we have to have a surgical procedure as an infant, or we have distress during birth, very common is umbilical cords being wrapped around the neck, or emergency C-sections, or being stuck in the birth canal and having to be pulled out in ways that can be very forceful and traumatizing. We won't remember the actions necessarily with our mind, but our body will have, how shall I say, symptoms of that stress. This is very much true for folks who would classify and be labeled with fibromyalgia, chronic fatigue syndrome. There is a cycling of fight, flight, freeze, shutdown constantly occurring. And what that does to the fascia, to the muscles, to the heart, to the whole entire organism is it's in this state and flux of fight, flight, freeze, fight, flight, freeze, ba, 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 ba. And that makes it such that the system is in this sort of tension and chaos. And so our job as adults, if we want to heal this, is we have to, again, go back to these basics and learn how to connect to these tensions, but not get Velcroed to them, not get coupled with them, and be able to swing our focus and attention to areas of our body or areas outside of our body as a way to resource and then as a way to come out of that stress response. So I'm going to connect that with what I said about the newborn baby who's in distress, or the kid that cut their finger or scraped their knee or elbow. Is we're essentially trying to do what never occurred to us when we were young, but as adults with our higher brain on board. Now, what will happen as we start to get more regulated and I'm going to say connected and grow capacity in our somatic system, we may have memories, not cognitive, but we'll sense something. We'll feel, and this is where people might feel terror. They might feel fear. They might feel a sense of not being able to breathe, of their heart rate starting to beat out of nowhere. This is something I've experienced due to my early traumas. And when we have the knowledge on board that goes, whoa, this is a sympathetic, this is a fight, flight reaction coming out. It came out of nowhere. I feel like I'm being choked right now and no one's choking me. That can be a sign that this old, say, umbilical cord wrapped around the neck when we were born or in utero, that somatic memory is being presented to us to work with. But if we don't understand how these somatic memories get trapped and what to do with them when they come up and how to stay grounded, oriented, tethered to the here and now, we can then re-traumatize ourselves. And so a big, big part of what I teach through my curriculum in SBSM is really teaching you guys the new language of your somatic physiology and also how to have, I call it somatic first aid, so that when you are faced with a really difficult emotion, sensation, flash of just sense of this, something is wrong, we don't, or you don't go into more survival stress. You take it and go, okay, this is what this is. I'm going to do my tools, my practices to stay grounded, tethered, etc.